Hello YouTube, this is Z with another black and white Wi-Fi battle against Sir Bossy. It's an OU match. It's with a new team that I made. I'd only tested it out once on Butler, but he missaved Gliscor, and I missaved my Gallade, so it really made a big difference in that battle. So anyway, I leave off with the Queen, he lived off with Mute. I'm predicting the taunt or the trick, so I'm going to my choice card, Chandelure, because I know it can take both. I don't go for the flamethrower here because I know he has a heat tran, which is an obvious switch, so I just go for the ghost smooth, shadow ball, which ends up being quite good because it does pop his air balloon. So now I'm going to go into the Queen knowing I can take the earth power pretty well, but he goes for the stealth rock, which is good for me because now he's going to withdraw, go into his Gliscor, sorry, get mixed up with his nicknames, and I'll just get my stealth rock up. And right here I go for the taunt, because he's either going to switch into Mew or he is going to try and set up something with his Gliscor, because that's what they usually do. So taunt's a really good play here because it goes into his Mew. Now he can't taunt me, so I can get up toxic spikes, which do help me as always in the game, because they're just poison damage and it's all good. So yep, we got my top today. His Ice Beam doesn't do that much because this Queen is basically just defensive and special defensive bulky, which is always great because Queen can take hits really well, even though it can't really hit things, but you know. So I believe I go for toxic spikes, and I go for taunt here so he can't get up a sub as he tries to finish me off with a earth power and it doesn't quite KO. So yeah, and Queen again really just fodder for entry hazards and trying to break things, which is, you know, Queen's job in this team and any other team I use it in. Unless I play a UU match, I might actually try one day offensive one, but I'm not sure how that would go because King basically just does that job better. So I'm going to choice Banded Gallade here, scare him off with the close combat obviously, but I did just go for it just because Heatran could annoy me quite a lot in this game, and the close combat does a shitload to Mew, considering he is defensive bulky I believe at this point. So yeah, he goes for the Will-O-Wisp as I go for another close combat just to stay in his fodder, which he does miss, but it does make quite a big impact on the game, him missing here, because it means I can go on to like pretty much hurt a lot of his team and scare them away with the close combats, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and I think I've got Zen Head, but I'm not sure. But you know, it's all good. Because Gallade, Choice Banded is a beast, and it's got pretty good natural bulk, so it can take hits. So now I go into Chandelure, predicting the Will-O-Wisp again, but he double switches here and goes into his Gliscor, and I am going to go for the or Ice, possibly. Yeah, I do, and that's just going to finish off his Mew, which is good for me because Mew is annoying me quite a bit because it can basically take hits from anything because it's Mew, and Mew should not be UU, so yeah. So he goes into Spirit Tomb, which is actually a Roam W, and right here I'm like, well, I can't touch it, so I'll switch out, going to Gallade, as he just uses Volt Switch, which, as I just said, Gallade's got good natural bulk, so it can take it quite well, and I'm going to go Ice Punch on this turn. I get a crit, but I'm not sure if it mattered because I'm pretty sure I could have 2-hit killed with Ice Punch. After all, I am banded max attack, so yeah, and I do have Sizer with the Swords Dance and Bullet Punch, so, and the Roam W left, but the battle would have been he would have had a lot more chances, and it would have been a lot longer battle if I never got the crit Gliscor, I guess. So I'm going to go into Slowbro, fearing the Thunder Wave, and Slowbro doesn't mind the Thunder Wave because it's genuinely slow anyway, and regeneration means any damage it gets will just be able to come back in and get rid of it all, basically. So now he goes into his Roam W, as I go for the T-Bolt there, but I get the Power Hack, he gets the Power Hacks on me, sorry. And I'm going to switch out into my Scizor, predicting the Volt Switch, which is exactly what happens. And I am going to then, I think, either switch back out or go for the Sword Stance. I'm not 100%, yeah, I'm pretty sure I switched back out into Slowbro, which is, yeah, it is in the wrong doing because, you know, Slowbro walls Jirachi pretty well, unless it was U-turn, and it still doesn't do that much, because Slowbro is a fucking boss at walling stuff, because its defense is huge. Even though I don't run max defense, I don't run a bold nature, I actually run a modest nature, with Fire Blast maybe, on one of my sets, and I'd probably just replace Fire Blast with Flamethrower on this one, just so I can hit Notori or Featherthorn, that a little bit harder. But I do get Thunder Wave off and not Parahax this time, which means I can paralyze his Rotom W, which is pretty good for me. I'm predicting the Volt Switch, I'm predicting Hidden Power Fire here, so I know most of them carry it, so I'm not going to go into Sizer, I'm going to go back into Glade, because it can take the Hidden Power Fire no problem, because as I said before, sorry to repeat myself, that it's got good natural bulk, which is great for me, and Glade has actually been quite a good asset to this team, I guess. Which I'm not sure if we've got any other battles recorded with this or what, but with this team, sorry, but yeah, pretty sure it'll do well. So now he's going to go on his Revenge, which is his Terrakion. So this thing is a beast, and it's really the only counter to this I have is Scizor and Slowbro, even though I know these things carry the X-Scissors, which is what he goes for, and it does about half the Slowbro, which is, well, it does about, it's going to be a 3-hit kill from there maybe, and I have got the slack off, so it does mean I can stall him out. So he's going to withdraw fearing the Surf, and I can slack off, so it would be a pretty bad matchup for him. So he goes back into Jirachi, and again, I went for Thunder Wave and get Parahaxed. So me getting the Parahax on me getting the Thunder Wave off on Jirachi there may have made a big difference to the game. He scouts out how much damage he's going to do with an Iron Head. He does get the flinch there, which is pretty good for him. But obviously when he's doing that much damage, I think he just decides to switch out and not try and stall, which is really good because I really don't like stalling. So right here I get another Thunder Wave off on the Heatran, which again, great for me. It means I can quite easily revenge kill it with a few of my things on my team, like my Glade, pretty much. Glade and Roam W can do that. But I do predict the Earth Power here, so I go into Roam W because it does have the Levitate, obviously. And that's just pretty much going to, obviously, do the obvious thing. So I go for the Hydro Pump here, which this doesn't do as much as, although I am a defensive variant, I would have liked this to do a little bit more, which does actually tell me he's a special defensive Jirachi, meaning that the only thing I've really got for this is Glade, Scizor, or stalling it out, which I really didn't want to do. So he gets Parahax off on Rotom W, which is annoying for me, but it does mean I can Thunder Wave off on my Rotom W, but since I am a defensive variant, I do carry the Thunder Wave of my own, getting that on Jirachi, which is always good. So now we'll go back into Glade, pretty much for fodder at this point, because Glade can't really do anything, as the Iron Head takes me out. So at this point I'm thinking, Slowbro pretty much handles the majority of his team, so I'm just going to Chandelure. I am Scarf, and I was thinking about going for the Flamethrower, but as he protects, just to scout him out, which is good play by him, instead of just going straight in his Heatran, because I may have went for a Focus Blast, because I think it can learn it, I'm not sure. Now I'm going to switch here, predict him to switch into Heatran, so I go into Slowbro, and that's exactly what happens. And I'm thinking Slowbro can take at least one Earth Power at this point in the game. So I believe I just Surf, because I do think it will take it out after all the damage it's getting. If he didn't go for Earth Power, goes for Fire Blast, maybe predicting my switch into Scizor, maybe. Which is, I don't really know why I would do that. So anyway, Slowbro's quite easily going to take him out with a Surf, and that only leaves Terrakion and Jirachi left, and he goes for he brings in Terrakion, and he's obviously Choice Scarf, and goes for the Stone Edge, which it's going to be a 2 or 3 hit KO. It's probably going to be a 3 hit KO for him, so I just go for the Surf. Doesn't kill him, so I'm going to go for the Slack Off here, knowing that Poison is going to kill him the next turn, and I will be at full health for him bringing in Jirachi, and if he wants to stall, I can happily play along, because Slowbro, his Iron Head's going to do like practically nothing to Slowbro, is what I meant to say there. So yeah, it's always good to have a Slowbro, and Slowbro's not even meant to be in this team. I just threw it in because Slowbro works on any team and with anything, because it just walls a lot of the things that like to come in and use close combat or any other physical move. So right here goes for the Iron Head. It's obviously not doing much. Even though he has got the flinch power on the go, he decides to make a good thing here and just run, which I'm actually thankful that he done that, because it would have saved me still having a little Star War with him. So anyway, that was a really good game, bossy, I'm just going to call you boss. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and goodbye.